When it comes down to profitable Google advertising for your e-commerce business, it's very important to understand a few different basic elements, what I'm going to explain you from my own 6 years of e-commerce experience. My name is Robin. I've been active in the e-commerce industry since early 2019, whereas I also run a Google Ads agency where we help more than 40 profitable Google Ads clients scaling successfully for their e-commerce store. So when it comes down to running your Google Ads for your e-commerce store, a few things are important. First of all, you need to have a proper setup in your Merchant Center account, a proper setup in your Shopify account, and a proper setup in your Google Ads account. We will link all three of these one together in order to create a winning combination. Because from Shopify, your product information will go to Merchant Center. There everything will approved when it comes down to the products and your website. And from there we connect it to the Google Ads account in order to reuse this data in your advertising. So when the exciting part is to actually launch your ads, we are going to pull the data from Merchant Center in Google Ads. And most of the time we start with simple shopping campaign where we test actually all the products what you have in your website. We can either do that in a few specific ways. We can select everything based on collections, product tags. We just simply collect all the products what you have or certain SKU, depending what is best for your niche or your website, right? Because this setup depends a little bit if you have a general Shopify website or a niche website or a lot of different products or just a few products. So it depends a little bit, and also the amount of budget you have to reinvest in the advertising, right? So when it comes down to investing money in the first phase of like the learning phase where we find out what is testing, what is working to make profit and what not, we want to determine and invest first money in clicks, because from the clicks you can get conversions, and from the conversions we can see what brings you the highest return on your advertising spend and what brings you no return yet. So we can exclude this product or we leave them up and running until a certain point where they are validated and exclude them or give them more budget. So the first learning phase is always between, let's say, 7 to 14 days, where we reinvest in clicks and see what is working and what not. If it's clearly not working, we just shut down this product and we reinvest more in the testing and into profitable products, right? So the next stage is actually where we separate the winning products from the testing products. So most of the time when we start, we create 1 or 2 campaigns determined on your setup, and when the winners are determined with the highest ROI, we want to exclude them from the original campaign and put them in their own campaign with more budget, because they are already proven to work. The Google data is already optimized for this kind of products, like the SKU numbers in Google Ads are collecting this data on a daily basis when you have conversions and the tracking setup. So then we can just push more budget towards this project and go into different stages. First of all, as an e-commerce store, you always want to start with maximize conversions, because we want to start generating as much conversions as possible. And later down the line, you want to switch to conversion value or target ROAS. The reason for that is that based on your average order value, not every sale is for you the same order value, right? Sometimes you can have sale for 20 euros, sometimes you can have a sale for 100 euros. So by optimizing for value, we can tell people, or actually we can tell Google, that we want to drive as much results from our advertising spend as possible. Whereas on maximize conversion, they go for every sale. We want to now go for conversion value to bring as much value in our e-commerce store as possible, actually. And so in this next stage, when we already have more data and scaling the winners, we can also be a little bit more aggressive with ad spend. So far around Black Friday, we had, for example, one client which we increased for 2,000 euros ad spend to 6,000 euros in ad spend, while maintaining a ROAS of 3.5 throughout the scaling in simply one day, which was quite insane. And the reason we were able to do that is because we are updating our strategy every time when we learn new things from the clients and from their ad account, right? So now Google is so smart that they can even predict results that are not even there yet. And therefore, in these results, we analyze the potential to scale this client from 2K ad spend to 6K ad spend, even without losing any results, right? So it's quite crazy to realize the amount of ad spend that went into this ads and the revenue it's coming from in the United Kingdom for a general fashion dropshipping website. So this is kind of more the end game, where we scale for more value and a higher ROAS, and we are still excluding and including products on a daily basis, especially with this kind of ad spend. And also here comes the next level. So when we know what products are actually proven to work, for example, from shopping ads, We can create YouTube ads for this one. We can create search ads for this one. We can create dynamic display ads for this kind of products. So therefore, it's very important to realize, okay, what is already working for me and how we tap into more potential for this kind of things, right? So therefore, it's super good that we have a good collaboration with the client. They can provide us, for example, UGC content that we can reuse in the remarketing campaigns, in the YouTube ads for cold and warm audience. So that's super good that we tap in these products and try to squeeze out as much as possible, because most of the partners that we currently work with are active in the fashion industry, and in the fashion industry you have a few seasons per year, right? Depending on the country where you're active at, actually you can determine that some of the products you are selling on a daily basis at some point will not sell anymore. So we need to transition the winners and find new winning products for the new season. And therefore the management is quite intense, because throughout the season we have 3 or 4 times throughout the year where we need to change different products, right? So during the season, when we have a winning product, we want to squeeze out as much profit for you as possible, and therefore find new winning products as soon as the season is over. And actually the funny thing is, we can reuse the strategy from last year with the same products for the new year as well. So we only have 3 or 4 seasons that we need to find the winning products, and we can just duplicate this store in multiple countries, in multiple URLs at the same time for you. So this is kind of in an overview how we can make as much money as possible from the Google Advertise management that we actually do for you, and what is required as a setup. So first of all, we have the learning phase. In the learning phase, the results are not always directly profitable from the start, because I just explained we need to reinvest in clicks and conversions in the beginning. So you can expect, let's say, from 7 to 14 days ROI of like 150 to 200%. The most break-even ROI what we see across all clients is around 1.8. So there is not a big profit in the first 2 weeks, and after that we start optimizing for what's working, cut the losing products, so we continuously sharpen the knife to get more results. So if you need help with running your Google ads on the strategy and the level what I'm just explaining, feel free to click the link in the description where you can book a call with me to go over this full strategy for your e-commerce website and see if we are actually a good fit as an e-commerce Google Ads partner to run your ads profitably and get the most results as possible. My name is Robin, thank you for watching this video, and if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments or click on the link in the description where you can book a call. And if you, for whatever reason, not ready to reach out to me yet, feel free to check the recommendation video after this, where I explain my full strategy again and show you even the samples how you can set it up from your Merchant Center account, your Analytics account and your Google Ads account, so you can go over the full strategy yourself, get the first results, and then eventually can reach out to me if you have any more questions. Without further ado, see you in the next video.